country's entire leadership class. If that's the case, then we're in trouble. Our grandchildren won't laugh about what's happening right now. In fact, at this pace, a lot of Americans won't have grandchildren. Over the weekend, MSNBC assembled a panel of the usual highly credentialed geniuses to plan Joe Biden's presidential candidate. Watch this and notice the criteria they're using to staff your federal government.
Well, I know this is the first time so far that there has not been an Asian American Pacific Islander with the secretary title, but there have been some cabinet level positions named. Where do you stand on the representation issue when it comes to the Biden cabinet?
We need to make sure that this is a cabinet that, like every single administration for the past 20 years, has a secretary in the cabinet that is Asian American.
So it makes sense that Attorney General would be a Black person who models the value as we move past this dependency, this reliance on the carceral state.
I will say, as it relates to Latino and Latinas, another factor is that we need to see gender. There's diversity within our diversity. And for us, it's going to be very important in the Hispanic community to see a Latina in the cabinet.
My tribe. No, my tribe. No, mine, mine, mine. This is what late-stage identity politics looks like once you strip away all the euphemisms. Notice there was no mention whatsoever of competence or expertise or any other quality that might actually help our country. Got the relevant background to run, say, the energy department? Who cares? You're the wrong color. No dice. When it comes to hiring cabinet secretaries, outdated ideas about the common good no longer play a role. This is the ugliest kind of race politics, dividing up the spoils along color lines. If you want the job, you had better look like me. How did a country as impressive as ours get to a place this low? As with all journeys, the answer is slowly and then all at once. But we've definitely arrived. To our leaders, identity is all that matters. That's official. Watch America's highest-ranking guilty white guy explain how he's hiring the people who will run the federal agencies.
Today, the announcement, we will make this the sixth of African-American members of our cabinet, which is a record. After today, our cabinet won't just be one or two precedent-breaking appointments, but 12, including today's long overdue appointment of the first Native American cabinet secretary. Already, there are more people of color in our cabinet than any cabinet ever, more women than ever.
Again, Joe Biden isn't even bothering to try to convince you that he's choosing the most competent people for key jobs. Instead, he's telling you what they look like. Their appearance is what matters. It's all that matters. So it turns out your mother was wrong. You can judge a book by its cover. In fact, you're now required to. What are the consequences of this kind of thinking? Over time, identity politics will destroy our country. No nation can remain unified for long if people are encouraged to think of themselves as members of competing ethnic groups first and citizens second. Countries need a reason to hang together. Unity doesn't happen by accident. The fixation on race that has seized our leadership class